Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me. So I've gotten a couple of questions over the past couple of years, that I want to address in this video. And the most recent of that kind of question was just a couple of weeks ago, so I thought I'd make a video around this. And it's about my perspective of the divine, spiritual health basically. And I've had questions about how my raw vegan diet or how raw veganism connects with our relationship with the divine. And I've had questions around how minimalism or my journey to minimalism has influenced my perspective of the divine. And I think both of these are amazing questions, and I thought I would answer both of them because for me, my raw vegan lifestyle and my voluntary simplicity or minimalist lifestyle are so connected, and they're so connected to the divine. I thought I would put this in one video. So if you're interested in either of this, you might be minimalist but not interested in a raw vegan diet, or raw vegan and not interested in being minimalist, or you're one of those interesting people who are both, this video is for you. And or if you're intrigued by this video is for you, and I hope you find it helpful and supportive and maybe even inspiring. So how are these things all connected? I'm just going to share my experience, and I say that to begin because I believe very deeply that there are many paths and many practices that it can help us feel our irrevocable connection and relationship with spirit, with divine, with the great I am within. And these are just two that for me again are so connected, that have been powerfully helpful for me to feel that connection and to nurture that connection. So I'm going to talk about just three elements of my perspective of the divine that both raw vegan and minimalism have helped. The first is love. I see the divine, I see spirit as being an incredible, potent, omnipotent, which means all-powerful force of love. Love of the self, love of other beings, love of the planet, love of all. And I'll start with minimalism. Minimalism has really nurtured my sense of love because I no longer attach my sense of self-worth to the things I have or how many things I have. And I talked about this in a recent video. Had a beautiful response to that video from someone who shared beautifully and vulnerably that she really struggles with this idea of letting go of things. She seems to keep falling back into buying a lot of things. And what I shared with her, and I want to share with you and anyone who might be struggling with this, is that love and minimalism, I think, can go hand in hand. And if you find yourself struggling with reducing the amount of things you have, with practicing voluntary simplicity, even though it's something you really want to do, nurture self-love, practice exercises, really exercise practices in self-love. And I've talked about self-love on this channel, and there are many other great channels around this. So check that out, and daily do something that helps you feel your connection with self, and that will ultimately help with your practice of voluntary simplicity. Voluntary simplicity and minimalism has also just nurtured my love of others and of planet because of feeling that interconnectedness. Part of the reason, a big reason I practice voluntary simplicity is that I'm not consuming more than I need to and taking from others and taking from the planet in a way that's detrimental to the health of others and this world. So my sense of love and connection and compassion have all increased with minimalism. Same goes for my raw vegan lifestyle. Since I've been doing this for the past 8 years, I don't know how to explain it, but I can just tell you that literally on a metaphysical level, I feel more connected to other people, to other beings that are not just people, and to our planet, to Mama Earth. I understand how we are all one, and I really feel like the simple act of eating food that's living, the simple act of living food, that eating food that comes from the earth has supported that. And I've had many people share that experience with me also. So both my raw vegan lifestyle and minimalism have really deepened my sense, my truth of love, and the truth that we are love. And that's all about the divine. The second element of the divine that I feel so connected to is my perspective of abundance and intuition and synchronicity. And I find all those three things to be one and the same. When I'm in a state of flow, abundance is mine. When I'm in a state of flow, my third eye is blasted wide open and can see beautifully despite my healing myopic eyes. So minimalism. Less truly is more. The less need or attachment for things, the more you understand that you are enough. I am enough. I shared this in that same video. We are all enough. And the grasping need of other things just falls away. And I feel this sense of, again, not just financial abundance, but love abundance and connection of abundance and abundance of time and energy and relationship and vulnerability, the beautiful things of life. So my journey and my practice of voluntary simplicity have really deepened my connection to the divine and understanding that all is enough and all is here and all is abundant. And the same thing goes with raw veganism for me, because eating this way, and I want to bring a very practical and concrete example, which are fruit trees. I eat a fruit-based living foods diet, plant foods diet, and fruit trees are one of the most beautiful examples, I think, of abundance. You see an orange tree literally just heavy with the fruit. We walked past a few days ago a date tree that was just littering the floor with its dates. Fruit trees just give you more and more, and then you eat the fruit, you drop the seed, and it produces more. And it's a beautiful testament, I believe, to the abundance, to the love and the abundance of the divine, how it's infinite, how it's never ending. And I never am for want eating this way. I never feel restricted eating the way I have. And I've had a past history. If you've been on this channel long enough or read my book, Delicious Healing, I definitely had a past history of restrictive eating, of feeling like what I ate was never enough for me. And that has fallen away eating a plant foods diet and eating a living foods, plant foods diet. It is such a testament to abundance, to lack of restriction, to infinity. And that's all about the divine. And then I would say the third element of the divine, and there's so many. The divine, our spirit, has infinite, I believe, facets that are so beautiful. But the three I wanted to mention today was love, which I have, abundance, and finally, trust. And definitely with my pregnancy, it has been a deepening in that trust and surrender. And that has definitely been a beautiful, just a beautiful nurturing of my relationship with God, with higher self, with I am. So minimalism, how is that nurtured my sense of trust? When you move through the world as I have over the past 4 years with just a duffel bag and minimizing everything you own to being in just that duffel bag, you have to practice trust, or at least it invites you to practice trust. To know that you don't need a lot of things to be okay, to be more than okay, to be vibrant and to be happy in life. And I found that. I have found such sense of freedom with less stuff, and I found a sense of vitality and lightness. I'm just feeling into this idea of trust and how to speak about it more eloquently through minimalism. And I think it's just that you feel a sense of lightness, and yet your true grounded self without being weighed down with a lot of things. That's been my experience with voluntary simplicity, and how it's nurtured my feeling of trust, trusting that I'm taken care of, trusting that I don't need things to feel safe. And then in terms of my raw vegan lifestyle, you can be told, well, you know what? It's cool that you like to eat fruit and you like to eat just plant foods, but wait till you go to insert country here, or wait till you go to insert city here, or wait till you are in insert situation here, and good luck trying to be raw or eating a vegan lifestyle, eating a vegan diet or a plant-based diet. And what's been so beautiful this past 8 years is to see, given our extended travels from places as varied as Paris, France, to Costa Rica, to Bali, to Singapore, to California, New York City, to Texas, to places where you think, oh, it's a food desert, you can't find food there that you want, that it's happened. That I've been supported as Spirit always does, as God always does, as Mama Nature always does. I have been completely supported by universe to eat exactly as I desire. When you get out of excuses or the mind chatter of what you can and can't do, you open up the path of what's possible. You let Spirit work through you. And I remember, I'll never forget this, walking through a part of Cleveland, Ohio, that would be considered food desert, and where there was no really good food markets around. And then we looked up and we saw this amazing, ripe, fruiting mulberry tree, and my sweetheart and I just ate from that mulberry tree. Abundance is all around, and support is all around by the omnipotent power of Spirit. So being on this path, knowing what I want, how I want to feed my body and my soul through living foods, living plant foods, and being very clear about that, and then trusting Spirit to provide for me, and seeing the results that I'm never without. I am never without. My baby has never been without, is a testament to deepening in trust. So those are just 3 elements and 3 ways in which my perspective of the divine has shifted, deepened, honed through both my minimalist lifestyle and my raw vegan lifestyle, which again are so connected. And I'm so interested to hear from you, because I really believe this is a community, and I get inspired by your comments and your questions. Whether or not you are minimalist, whether or not you are, if you are minimalist or practicing a minimalist or voluntary simple lifestyle, and if you are practicing a plant-based living foods diet lifestyle, and you've noticed, you have experienced deepening in your understanding of the divine, in your relationship with the divine positively, please share below. Please let me know below and share with us, because I'd love to read that. And I hope something in which I shared today was of use and resonance to you. If you're interested in deepening and doing more work with me and getting more offerings on a regular basis, getting your questions answered on a regular basis, then definitely check out my membership program. And I'll leave a link to that program in the description box below. And if you enjoyed the video, definitely please give it a thumbs up. Share it with anyone you think might benefit. Subscribe if you like for more videos. And I send you so much love from the Canary Islands. Take care.